It's the whole time.
Hello, welcome back. Another illustrious, important, iconic episode.
I won't say important.
Well, it is very important.
Why? What's important about it? It's number 34.
For all 34.
Yeah, okay. Someone make porn of this.
Oh. Would you release your sex tape?
Depends who I have sex with.
See, I think that is the key to it as well. Because, like, say if you did bag a celebrity, and then I was like, no, I don't believe you. That's the perfect way to release it.
No, I'd definitely show people. But I don't know if I would release it to the internet.
What if it was like a celebrity that was already in a prior relationship?
Yeah.
Would that make you expose yourself more? You
Because I'm just the biggest cunt in the world. It's just shagged your girlfriend.
Just like the weeks prior up to it, just always like tweet that guy about how good he is in relationships. Like her spouse.
I'm sure your girlfriend loves you.
I'm sure, like, you're doing great. I can't wait to come to the wedding. And it's just like one day you just tweet him, like, and a link to your sex tape.
Yeah, the tweet just says, "Oh,
What's this then? But as you can tell, we're back, and we're back in the same room. So the audio is much shitter because it does work better on the phone.
I don't think it's shit. I just think it's echoey. It's probably better than my mic, to be fair.
Well, it's a big old room.
Lackluster. Is it?
It's about 20 square foot.
Nah.
Well, I don't know what 20 square foot is, so.
Not this. It's a nice little room.
Yeah. But anyway.
Does what it needs to.
There's been a lot of shit happening lads of late.
Is
Obviously, we've covered the whole Black Lives Matter kind of protest, the movement at the moment. Doesn't mean that we're not going to stop talking about it. It's just today's topic's much kind of
it's
more
the other
relevant.
side.
And yeah, it's just it's the taking
it's
down.
just us on the fence. Well, not on the fence. But...
On the fence? Yeah, we're not on the fence about this situation. And the situation we're on about is the taking down of Matt Lucas and David Walliams shows on Netflix, Come Follow Me in Little Britain. Now, why don't you explain your opinion on this?
We've talked about it before. Comedy is just a thing. Laugh at everything or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And Little Britain definitely falls in that category because it makes fun of everything.
It's no holds barred. It's not just there for kind of like shock and racist. Like, it's got a bit of everything. It's got dry humour. It's got sarcastic humour. It's got literally
in your face humour.
But obviously, the bad parts of Little Britain do shine.
They are bad.
And I think that's a hard thing as well. Like,
I'm not funny.
Yeah, I'm not defending the show at all because I completely agree that these things are insensitive.
We're defending the comedy.
I'm defending the art of comedy because comedy, as we've said so many times, should be a no holds barred playground. Yeah. Like, as you said, laugh at everything or laugh at nothing.
But it's not like it's a whole show laughing at one subject. Like, they laugh at everything. And the main reason it's been shut down is because of the blackface, which is understandable because blackface is offensive.
Highly outdated as well.
Yeah. But and this is irrelevant, but it's not used in the way it was originally used.
Yeah, I think, like, we mentioned this earlier, and, like, Little Britain doesn't do this well, but obviously, you know, back in the day, you have the stereotypical, like, kind of minstrel people, as they were called, and they would always act, like, with a high-pitched voice and very, like, funny, and it was so fucking offensive.
It was, like, the caricature was it being a black person, where in Little Britain, the blackface they do, which is, what's the lady called? It's like the other fat lady, not Bubbles.
Anyway, yeah, Mr. De Vere's new wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out.
All right, why are you going to find that out? But basically, yeah, David Walliams does blackface in Little Britain, where he's portraying a big fat black woman.
But, like, the thing is, I should probably sit down before I start shouting.
Oh.
The thing is, it's not. The joke isn't that. The joke isn't that it's a black lady. The joke is that it's just a competition for Bubbles De Vere. Mm-hmm. The bubbles is that the bubbles. The joke is that the guy that Rob Brydon plays, his thing is fat ladies.
Yeah, he's fetish is fat women who always get naked in public and, like, very sassy and both have wigs.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's the joke of it. Like, it's that he has his type is big black women, not big fat women. Fucking hell.
but like it's the same with Precious in Come Fly With Me. It's not a joke of the race. It's just Matt Lucas portraying a black woman and her joke is that she's always getting out of work.
Yeah,
And that's like universal. Everyone's always trying to get out of work because no one likes fucking working.
Yeah.
But there is like a few bits, and we spoke about this before, especially in Little Britain, the transvestites sketch. It is
funny.
It's funny, but
it's
so bad.
It's so fun. But that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
It pushes the limits.
And it was in a time as well, like they mention it on Ricky Gervais's Afterlife. Like, why can't people just dress up as women and it be funny anymore?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, it's kind of like I've seen people compare like cross-dressing on TV shows to kind of a Drag Race. And I kind of understand, like, Drag Race has got more of an actual art to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's all about the performance and the character and this.
Like makeup and all that shit.
Yeah, it's like a larger-than-life kind of persona. Whereas with
Little Britain.
Britain, he's just convincing this other guy to become a lady with him.
But it's not making fun of transgender people. It's making fun of people that want to be transgender, but they're actually not.
Yeah, it's...
Because the whole thing is, oh, I'm a lady, I'll do lady things.
Yeah.
But, like, she gets flirted. A man flirts with her, and she's like, oh, no, you can't. Like, stuff like that. And it's not making fun of the people that it's portraying. It's the joke about people who, like, pretend when it's not actually them.
Yeah, and, I mean, there's so much in Little Britain, in my opinion, that is as offensive or more offensive than the blackface. Like, Fat Fighters with Mira, sorry. And, in my opinion, Andy Pipkin as well, because... like, you never really get an explanation to why Andy Pitkin pretends to be disabled.
He's a lazy cunt. He just wants Lou to do everything for him.
I know, but like, maybe he just pretends that he's got a physical disability, but you never actually know if he's got a mental disability.
Of course he doesn't.
No?
He just does stuff, doesn't he?
So it's like, because I think they mentioned that that Lou was friends with Andy's aunt or something. And that's how he kind of became his carer.
Yeah.
But, like, the joke of that is not of, like, disabled people getting out of work or... Because, obviously, they're disabled, they can't work.
Yeah.
But it's the joke of this guy just always, when he's turning his back, Andy Pipkin's running off and doing, like, something outlandish.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, he's like, oh, how'd you get that?
It's like, with the Fat Fighters one, it's not the joke that, oh, we can't understand what this Indian lady is saying. It's like, you can 100% understand what she's saying. The joke is... You're laughing at the lady who can't understand her being so ignorant to the fact.
Yeah, it's just you're laughing at the ignorance of like
this idiot
never understanding this one person. And it's not even like she's got like a thick, rich accent. Like,
no, you know what she's saying.
Yeah.
You know what she's saying. It's like, oh, this idiot she don't know what she's saying. Then it's funny, but like it's not even that they joke about just like people who fit into certain categories. Like, they don't just make fat jokes or transgender jokes. It's like one of the sketches is it's like this politician who always has gay sex on the weekend, and he's just like, I tripped and I fell into Eduardo or whatever. And
it's like another passing like sketch of it is just a woman always putting her dog poo in like places that it shouldn't go, like the letterbox or like someone's bag. And do you know what I mean? There's so much in it that is just like passing jokes that are like very light-hearted, but then there is so much that shouldn't have got aired.
You know what bit is really bad?
What's that?
The lady who throws up when she eats anything that's to do with a foreign person. But again, it's not. You're not laughing at racism. You're laughing at how ridiculous this is, because this lady throws up anytime she eats something that's made by someone who's not white. Yeah,
but then like, so say if it was. In my opinion with that is probably by far the worst thing they do on the show.
Oh, 100%.
Up there with like the minstrel proper, like racially bad blackface they do. But I think it would have been better if it was only done like once or twice, but the fact that it was done like every episode, sometimes twice an episode, and for me it kind of got overkill to the point where it's like, all right, you're just ramming this home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's offensive, and you kind of laugh at like, oh my god, they can't do that.
Yeah.
But it becomes so much where it's like, oh, like it's not even that funny to laugh at anymore. Now it is just boring and still heavily offensive.
It's like it becomes predictable.
Yeah.
So that's the whole like sketch.
Oh, you know, as soon as like them two ones come on the screen, you know what's gonna happen. She's gonna have something that's made by literally anyone that's not white, straight, and she's just gonna throw up. And like the worst one was with like the kids at like the school fete.
Mate.
And like she's trying all like the jams, and like then she throws up on the kid's face or something.
No, I think the worst one is when she gets a kidney transplant, but it's from someone who doesn't have an English name.
No, she just
throws up the kidney. It's just so fucked.
But this is the thing, right?
It's just so absurd that you laugh about it.
But that's what I mean. Like, I'm not laughing at the fact that, oh my god, how...
Like, oh, that's something I would do.
Yeah, it's like
oh, I can't believe that.
I'm not watching Little Britain being like, oh, this is a relatable documentary.
It's not relatable comedy.
It's literally, it's a mockumentary on the worst side of Britain. That's what it's about.
Literally.
Like, the hypnotist is just always raping girls.
That's a funny one. When he's doing it to his mum, he's like, look into his eyes, she's like, oh wait, let me put my glasses on.
Yeah, but it's like after the third time he's done it.
It's like when he's selling the videos as well at one like the car boot sale. Then he gets the guy to buy like 2 sets of DVDs and he does it again. He's like, look into my eyes, look into my eyes. I was like, don't. The guy's like, don't push your luck.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know, like, maybe for us it's harder because we're big advocates of comedy and we're big advocates of, like, not just on media, but in our own lives of whatever happens, we got to laugh about and move on. But it's kind of, I'm not going to say like, oh, we're living in a big old PC world, but it's coming to a point now where it's like...
What can you joke about?
Where every show out there has at least one offensive bit or...
It's like when Friends came on Netflix for the first time, everyone's watching it back like, as if it wasn't on Comedy Central every day. Everyone's watching it back like, oh, it's transphobic because Chandler was uncomfortable with his dad being a woman.
No.
First off, I'm pretty sure 90% of people would be uncomfortable if their dad was a woman because it's something quite like difficult to deal with.
And especially from like a teenage boy point of view, like it's not like, oh, fuck's sake, my dad's a girl, like look at him. It's more like, oh my God, like everyone at school's going to take the piss out of me now.
And like with Chandler, he never like discriminated against his dad because he was transgender. He got embarrassed of his dad because of what he was like as a woman. Like he was like his other, like he's just as embarrassed as his mom, by his mom.
Yeah, it's because like his dad became a woman and was still like a massive slut.
Yeah,
like
not to slut shame.
Well, go listen to that episode. But it's also like there's a lot on like the homophobic kind of side of Friends, but I mean, there's nothing that really stands out to me.
It was Ross and because his wife's a lesbian. But, like, it wasn't because she's a lesbian. It's because he married her, then she turned out to be a lesbian.
Yeah, it was like, how did I not see this the whole time?
Yeah.
And, like, they kind of show that in I think it's one of the episodes of, like, what would have been, like, if they never broke up. And it's, like, 10 years down the line, he's never had sex kind of thing. And
yeah.
But...
It's people... Basically, we're the smartest people ever. And everyone else is just interpreting comedy wrong.
That, like, honestly, it is kind of a factor because I'm not obviously saying we're the smartest people ever.
We're the funniest.
It's just two funniest cunts of all time. But it's more of the fact of... So it's like with everything, right? Like, comedy, it's subjective and it's an art. But you should look at it as what the intention of the writer is bringing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, say even Star Wars. When George Lucas wrote that Anakin goes and kills all the younglings... It's not... I don't interpret it that as, oh, I might have a bad couple of months and go and kill a load of kids. And I don't see it as funny because it's not portrayed in that context of funny.
It's not supposed to be funny.
That's what I mean. But this is not meant to be insulting. It's meant to be offensive.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be like, kind of gasp.
Oh,
like,
okay,
oh my God, how do they... Do you know what I mean? But like it's not meant to be like, haha, fuck you. You're not one of us, so fuck off.
Yeah.
But it is a touchy subject because a lot of people obviously do take these things to heart, and obviously there I can see how people do get heavily offended by some, if not all, sketches done by Matt Lucas and David Walliams.
Yeah.
But then it's subjective, because I think I mentioned this before to you. Like, I've got a mate who is gay, and he's like maybe 9 years older than us. So he was like teenager when Little Britain was kind of, you know, blowing up. And like his favourite sketch from that bit is David. Like, because he finds it so funny, because he's like, he's just a man who clearly wants not the intention, but the I'm different kind of view.
Yeah.
And every opportunity he has to get like a boyfriend, he denies, and just everyone in the village is gay, but he goes on about
he's the only gay in it.
Yeah, like it doesn't take the piss out of gay people, because if anything, it's like, everyone's gay, but you're like, that's what, you know, like with all the older blokes in the pub and they all come out as gay.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it's kind of defeating the stereotype, because he's portraying the stereotype of
that only people that dress up in these tight leather outfits and stuff like that are gay, but it turns out that anyone could be gay.
Yeah, like literally. But it's
But like, so personally, when it comes to comedy and discrimination, all this, I feel like nothing's attacking me because I'm white, straight, and male. I'm not short and I'm not ginger. So what can you laugh at me about? Maybe being skinny, but that's about it. So it's like, that's why I don't get offended by pretty much anything, because it's not directly affecting me. But I do see how the joke's being made, so that's why I don't find it offensive in the first place. It's like 9/11 jokes. Like, this is how Ricky Gervais explains it. He's like, 9/11 was a tragedy. It's not, the situation is not funny. But if you make a smart joke about 9/11, it will be funny.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you're making fun of, like, you're not making fun of the situation, you're making a joke about it.
Yeah, it's not like you're laughing at like the thousands of people who died that day. You're just making a joke that is there in comedy to kind of get the humour to laugh, get the crowd to laugh, and it's also there to be like, oh, that's a smart joke.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, because a lot of people like use the expression, if you don't like the show, don't watch it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, I see that as like an ignorant point of view, because just because you're not watching it doesn't mean the discrimination's not happening.
Yeah.
But I can also understand the side.
It'd be like, if you don't agree with Hitler, don't listen to him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But I also understand the side of, well, if you're clearly offended and don't like this show, why do you keep on going back and watching it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's a tricky one. It's a big grey area, and obviously Netflix have taken them both down, and there's big petitions to get them both back up, and they're nearly fully signed at like 10,000 people.
But so the way I take Netflix taking these things down, no one's asked them to. There was no post before they took them down. No one was posting about taking Little Britain down, because I feel like most people do get what Little Britain's about.
Yeah, mate.
Like,
for 20 years we've known it's such a racist show. Do you know what I mean?
Like, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that 100% of their audience are straight white people.
No,
I think most people who grew up in the 2000s, or even just watched TV in the 2000s, like primetime TV, they watched and enjoyed Little Britain.
Mm-hmm.
So what I take Netflix move, in my opinion, is like, take it from a Netflix point of view. They're a big, massive corporation, and Black Lives Matter movement is the biggest thing in the news right now. So what are they gonna do to show that they support it, so people don't witch hunt Netflix? They're gonna take shows that because they're a US company, so they're gonna take two shows that are only in the UK and just knock them off and be like, oh, we're taking off these racist shows.
Look how well we're doing, kind of thing.
It's not even that. It's like, look how much we support you. It's like, I don't know if Netflix have given money, but if you support the movement, give money to the movement. Don't just take away people's entertainment.
Well, surely wouldn't that even be a better kind of cause of keeping the shows on there, and all the proceeds of the shows go to...
Netflix works in subscription based though.
Oh, so they buy the rights outright and then they get the subscription.
Because I don't think it's on any other streaming service.
Yeah, but surely there has to be like a way that you can, like Netflix Corporation can see how many views that show gets or how well it's going, because they need to work out their algorithms and what to recommend, and also what to keep and what to not.
But it's an easy thing to throw away.
Yeah.
Like, it probably doesn't get that much views because everyone's seen Little Britain. You just throw it on in the background or if you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Just an easy laugh. So they're just seeing it as a throwaway show. They didn't expect this backlash because they're a US company, so they probably have one or two, I don't know how many, a massive corporation, but they probably have a small team of like liaisons for what's the UK like culture, and they probably gonna ask like, oh, like what's something we can delete? Like, is there anything racist on Netflix that we need to get rid of? And they're probably like, yeah, Little Britain, they come find me. They're like, all right, get rid of it. But like, there's probably someone in that office that was like, but these are really popular shows. They're a bit mad, but people get it. And they're just like, no, get rid of it. We need a win. We need a Black Lives Matter win. Get rid of 2 racist shows. But this gives the opportunity for another streaming service to pick it up.
Yeah, and that might be the competition where everyone, on the side of Little Britain.
Once, because it shouldn't, but the Black Lives Matter will like cool down. It will.
It's just like everything.
It will take a backseat. The world works at a 24-hour news cycle. Like, they tried to push it away with Madeleine McCann. Like coronavirus, who's talking about that anymore? It's a background story now. Like, no one cares about it. Like, this, unfortunately, Black Lives Matter will cool down in the
There'll be
mainstream media.
In 2 months that will blow up, and we will be like, oh, remember when all that was happening?
Yeah. Well, look at all this year. Like, January, America nearly had war with Iraq. Everyone forgot about
Iran.
Iran. Everyone's forgotten about that. Then there was fires. Amazon has been on fire for nearly a year, and I don't know if today it might still be on fire.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was
you know
like
what I mean?
last
No
year
one cares
problem.
about that.
But because
Like they called Amazon rainforest the lungs of the world because there's so many trees there that they contribute to a lot of the oxygen on the surface. Like, I think we get most of our oxygen from plants in the ocean, but the Amazon rainforest is a big provider of oxygen, and people just don't give a shit.
That's what I don't get. Like, why are you knocking down stuff that is literally there to keep you alive?
What I don't get is, why isn't the environment on everyone's mind all the time?
Yeah,
it's the biggest problem because it affects you directly whether you like it or not.
It's like your house being covered in black mold and you're only concerned about what colour the carpet is.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And with, like, going back to Little Britain and Come Fly With Me, they are both huge products of their time and their era. And that is not an excuse or a justification. They just are.
Should they be though?
No, they shouldn't. But that was just, especially Little Britain, that was early 2000s, and that was heavily the English culture at the time.
Make fun of everything, because that's what we are. We're the UK. We're a country of piss takers. Yeah. Like, if something's different or even the same, we'll just make fun of it. We can, like me and Jamie sit. We watch anything on TV, we make fun of it.
Yeah, literally, we will make fun of anything, and it's a no holds barred kind of thing because it's all in the context of humour. And like, say if me and Mitchell are there and we say some outlandish things, I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, does Mitchell want to do that? Do I want to do that? No, we're laughing.
Just how ridiculous that was that one of us just said. Yeah. Sometimes we'll say something, we're like, oh, we can't say no more than that. We can't say that again.
But that's what we're laughing. We're laughing more at the, oh shit, we can't say that.
Yeah, it was like, it's like, if we make a racist joke, the joke's not racist. We're making fun of someone who actually thinks that way.
Yeah, like
we'd say something that someone with outlandish views would say on any subject, and we'd be like, imagine people actually think like that.
I don't know. I think it's hard as well because I'm a big fan of both the shows.
Yeah.
Like, very big fan. So obviously I'm going to be impartial to a certain degree. But I honestly, truly understand, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, like, Little Britain should just never have got the green light for a lot of its stuff in the first place. And it's not like it was made in like the 60s. Like, it's literally, 20 years ago, maybe less.
But this is the thing that everyone thinks. Like, everyone thinks we've progressed so far from the 60s, let's say, but have we?
It's only really been in the past decade that stuff's been picking up.
Has it?
Not even. It's just we're acknowledging the problems, but we're not solving them.
No, the thing is, there was the problems. Everyone moaned about it, so they just hid them behind closed doors. Like, there was segregation and all this stuff in America and even this country. And instead of having it outright, like blacks' toilets, whites' toilets, they was like, all right, we'll get rid of that. But we'll get all the black people and put it in this poor area here.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we won't let the banks loan any money to them. We won't let them buy houses on their own. We'll send them to these schools, which is funded by the the like mortgage in that area, which is very low because this is a poor area that we made over here where we put all the black people. So this school's not going to get enough funding. But this white area over here with all the nice white people that we have, we're going to give them nice loans from the bank. They're going to have nice mortgage rates, and everything from that mortgage rates is going to fund their nice white school in this nice white area over here.
And any money we'll have left over, we won't put in that poor neighbourhood.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it because we made that money with our hard work.
Yeah.
And
it's like we're not just going to spread it evenly between all the schools, which would just make sense. We're going to have good schools and bad schools.
Why would we give everyone equal opportunities? Then we could give everyone the best chance of being the one who changes the world. Why would we do that? That's stupid.
Equal opportunity. What does that mean?
It's literally...
We're the land of the free, home of the brave. We're not land of the equals.
It's literally like natural selection. Like,
but we're playing natural selection,
and it's not natural selection as well. It's we're kind of playing God in a sense.
We're not.
No, but no, like no. It's like, say if you like
the government.
Say if you're playing Minecraft, like, it's like, I'll build a village there. I won't build anything there.
I'll kill this village.
Yeah, I'll kill this village. It's literally like that.
Right, do you know how fucked up the natural humans are? If you play any game, if you play Minecraft, every single person that's ever played Minecraft and come across a village has either stolen all the crops, burned down the houses, destroyed the houses, or just killed everyone there.
Yeah, but it's fine because it's not real.
Yeah, but it's natural. Your first instinct is, I'm going to take that.
Well, I need the crops.
Yeah, I need that. It's just built in us. And I don't know you, but me personally, when if I sit on the grass, I just pull grass out of the ground, and it's like, that's just natural deforestation. That's in my mind.
Not really. It's just ADHD and boredom.
Yeah.
It's not like you're there like, fuck the planet, is it?
I'm actually like, fuck the planet.
Fuck this grass.
Oh yeah, it's fucking lovely grass. Tickle my balls. See, that's an example of saying something so ridiculous that is funny.
Yeah, it's just
because
funny.
It's like, well, Jamie doesn't think that way.
Yeah. Mate, it's very hard, and and I can understand like big corporations that are trying to. It seems like everyone's trying to tiptoe around the subject, right? And it's like everyone's trying to cover their back for not being racist. But if you're not racist, you shouldn't have to prove that you're not racist. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of companies are doing like, we support you. Yeah, I get that. And we're funding you. That's great. But it's more the fact that everyone's tiptoeing around the subject and basically trying to be like, we're not racist. We're not racist. But if anything, that makes you look guilty. Like, obviously, show your support. If you're a big corporation, go and fund all these good charities and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's for example, like Nike's slogan at the moment is "Until we all win," and it's like, if you're supporting Black Lives Matter, say Black Lives Matter. Like, until we all win, all our lives are the winning lives, all lives matter. That's kind of what it seems to people. Like, until we all win, you're just taking away from the Black Lives Matter. If you're supporting the movement, support the movement. But
I don't know, because then I also agree with the fact of, just because you're not saying, like, I'm not saying about all lives matter, we spoke about that, and that's a different subject. But say, like, what was Nike saying again?
Until we all win.
Until we all win. People shouldn't take that as a anti-black kind of statement.
No, I was going to say, like, Nike's a good company when it comes to equality to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, they have a whole, like, section of clothes that are, like, fucking Pride Month. But that's another thing that companies jump on. Like, they all change their banners to the Pride flag, but what are they actually doing?
Yeah, why don't you show that Pride badge all month?
It's like, I saw...
sorry.
But that's not their logo.
No, but in stores you can have it up. Like,
yeah,
I don't get why it has to be a thing of like it only has to be then. But it's not like Valentine's Day, is it? Like, where it's once a year. Yeah. Like, Pride is all throughout the year.
But it's like I saw a thing on Reddit for the games company Bethesda, and like they have ones for like different territories. So they have like Bethesda Europe, Bethesda US and Canada, Bethesda Australia. And
what's Bethesda, quickly, for the audience and me?
It's like a games company. They make games.
Okay, go on.
Or like games capture cards.
Just
they make
one of
something
them companies, yeah,
something like that. And all their different territories had the Pride flag behind their thing, but there was Bethesda Oh, it's like Middle East,
Mm.
and they left theirs the same. Obviously, because in Middle Eastern cultures, homosexuality isn't as accepted yet.
Yeah, it's still considered in them kind of regions, not by everyone, but by the majority, as a very villainous sin.
It is
What?
homosexual. No. Here, it's not 100% accepted.
No, because we're still living in a bigoted world where people just can't wrap their heads around that someone's different to them.
Right. So, in your experience, would you say our country's more like out of percentage? Would you say our country's more homophobic or more accepting?
Yeah, it's
Because
that generalization thing again. No, you can't. Like I would say, with the generation we're in, within 40 years' time, there will be little to no discrimination.
will there though?
No, I
Because
don't.
we're in London, remember? We're very accepting compared to the rest of the country.
Because
Like
we just grew up with it,
you
and
go-
it was fine.
You go on Xbox and you hear someone that's from like the Midlands or like up north, and they don't give a shit about what they say. Whereas you talk to someone on from London or like the surrounding areas, you'll talk to them and they'll just go at you about your mum. They might
Yeah.
call you gay or something, but
But it's not in that context.
yeah,
Once
it's
again,
just like you suck.
yeah, I don't know. It's all a touchy subject.
Because I don't think this is what I was saying when I said have we progressed that much from the 60s, because I don't think we're as accepting as the media tries to portray.
No, because there's a lot of people, to use the kind of rabbit bunny ears, stuck in their way, or a product of their generation. But I would say our country on a whole is more racist, no, more homophobic than it is racist currently at the moment. I would say there's a very small percentage that are still heavily racist, especially to like Eastern Europeans,
Because people are starting
people
to.
of like Muslim descent.
I feel like the older generation in our country, I feel like because a lot of their children are coming out as gay more often, they're starting to think, oh, if it's their choice, it doesn't bother me. So it's kind of like that. They still might like not like our parents' age, but their parents. Some of them still think in a way of, I don't care if they're gay as long as they don't get married, because marriage should be between a man and a woman.
Well, marriage is a con anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Let's just give money to the church and the government for loving each other.
I guess that's because like I'm on a different point of view, but I've never believed in marriage as a whole anyway. So
I don't give a shit if I get married.
yeah, like honestly, I'm a big proprietor for gay marriage because obviously let people get married if they want to.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
for me personally, I don't. Why the fuck would I get married?
Yeah, the only reason I would get married is if I was with a woman and she wanted to get married, because some women do love the day. Like a lot of people love. Like I went to my sister's wedding. I fucking loved the wedding. Like I got dressed up in a suit, had a party with my family.
Oh yeah, no, like that's the thing. I wouldn't have like a marriage, but I would have like a ceremony, say like after a decade if we was together, like a kind of more of like a celebration of our union and our love, and like kind of like basically a marriage
but
reception
without the tax.
But I don't want. The thing is, why do I want to awkwardly stand there next to the love of my life, where everyone sings hymns and everyone in the church ain't religious, and then see us say these really personal vows to each other? Like, I get the statement of like, I will love you forever eternally.
It'd be, I'll shag you still. And it's like, all right, now kiss in front of everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go on, kiss her, go on.
And like, I still don't like the premise of like your dad has to give you away. Like I know it's kind of materialistic and property, and like they always in films and shows they always have like the cliche bit where like the dad's like, oh, take care of her.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so what? Is she just my responsibility now, and you just never see it? No, it's
pretty
just like I get the kind of idea behind it. Like the dad is like the male role model, and then he does you get another man and he helps support her in adulthood, and and then they go on to have kids and whatever, blah blah blah. But it's just still weird how it's called giving away, and I don't know, like, why can't a woman just walk down the aisle by herself?
Some women do.
And like I don't get
but like some people, it's like not seen like that these days. Like when someone doesn't have a dad, they get their brother or their granddad to do it for them, because it's a ceremony of, you're gonna be part of my wedding. Like it's a big part of the wedding.
Yeah,
like,
I see that.
Like nowadays, it's not the dad giving away his daughter to this man. it's like, I'm a part of my wedding. This is my daughter. I'm supporting her in this marriage.
It's a very big day. Like, I've seen her whole life. I've raised her for this kind of point. So now, like, this is kind of the true mark of adulthood. And, you know, like, marriage, you know, kind of means, like, the union of, like, children. And like,
two families.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And, like, as I've said, I support the idea of a ceremony of love. And I'm on the same page as you in the sense of a girl wanted to get married. Yeah, we'll get married. But I'm not getting married in church. Why? I've never been to church. I don't want to get buried in a church. Oh, see, this is what I was thinking about the other day.
Go on.
Where do non-religious people get buried? Like, have a
Graveyard.
funeral? But they're in the church.
Not all of them.
Are they not?
Nah.
Why do they all sing hymns?
I don't know. I haven't been to any funerals.
Oh, why am I asking you then?
Yeah.
They're always in the church.
Why do we ask each other anything? We have no knowledge of anything
I know.
except our own personal views.
The only thing we probably know about is comedy. And even that.
Because we are the two funniest people.
Yeah.
If you don't find us funny, then you just don't understand comedy. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, honestly. I don't know. Anyway, if you know where to get buried, if you're not religious, leave that in the comment section. Mitchell, you did the tags.
So, subscribe because we're on 13 subscribers now. Come on, big up.
Big up, Jane.
Come on. We're basically famous. Don't subscribe to us. We don't need it. We're 13.
Please
No,
do. We don't like working, please.
Like the video because that helps us to. Because I found out that I can look at the analytics and we only get we've only been on like 1,200 people's screens.
Oh, like
ever.
recommended.
Just on their screen, whether they searched it, recommended it, or is it showed up.
Oh
on
wow,
those.
that's
not a lot.
It's still a lot though.
Not really, because we've got like
out of the general population on the internet. Yeah, it's nothing.
It's billions of people.
I wouldn't go that far.
Description. Follow us on Twitter. We still have no followers on Twitter. Realise it's really hard to get followers on Twitter.
Yeah, it is. Twitter's the one that I want to try and help blow up a bit.
Yeah.
Instagram's doing well. We just hit 140 followers.
Jeez.
Still trying to hit that 200 followers mark. So if you're out there and you haven't followed us on that yet, that'd be a great help.
In the description. And join our Reddit. Post some memes because the only people on our Reddit are me and Jamie. Like most of our things.
And I'm not even on it.
Sick. It's me.
This is your Reddit page.
It's me on the podcast account and me on my private account.
Liking each other's posts.
I do. Got to get some engagement.
Also leave a comment about anything you'd like us to discuss, anything you disagree with or agree with. I'm not just saying that for the comment. I actually want to get like people's perspective because there's obviously people out there listening to this that we don't personally know, like people that are not our friends or family that we've told about the channel. And, you know, if you are like a regular listener or you've heard like 2 or 3 times, like, I just want to know your perspective.
Yeah, because when we do these, we are just kind of talking off the cuff. Like, none of it's pre-planned. Like, before, we're just like, oh, what do we talk about? Then we talk about something.
Yeah, we always seem to
We have one subject, then we just talk about loads.
Like, if there's anything we haven't covered that you'd think we'd be good at covering, like, anything. And we'd love to hear feedback. On it, if there's any criticism, is there any any positive, anything, just leave it down in the comments and we'll get back to you instantly because we're just dying for any comment.
Yeah, and also don't criticize us because we are very sensitive people.
All right, that's all for now.
Yeah, bye.